literally this morning, right here in this very room, I was working out with my son, and he's been working out with me, and we're like, I'm pushing and I'm loving, and I'm pushing and I'm loving, and I'm pushing and I'm loving, and he's just grunting and like, Dad, I can't do this. And I'm like, yes, you can. And it's like, but that is why that's why Paul wrote in Romans, rejoice in suffering. With suffering comes perseverance, character, hope. And hope, by the way, is a certainty. Like, the hope in that word is certainty of things to come. We know of what's to come. And so with that said, my hope is for each of us as we lead our families, as we lead our kids this Christmas, that number one, as we pay attention to the coming of Jesus, that we're doing life in community such that we can truly be present at home. We can be present with our spouses. We can be present with our kids.
Just let go, and I'll try. Help me walk this road and find my way back home. Find my way back home. Find my way home.
Welcome back to the Famous at Home podcast. It is once again a delight to be with you. You love that, don't you? You're just losing it over here. Christi has joined us. We have had a lot of life happen. We are excited to announce a number of different things coming up here at the near end of the year. Near end of the year. As we're nearing the end of the year, yeah.
It is.
So the first things first, Christi, you're back. Welcome.
I'm so happy. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Really an honor to be here with you today.
It's a delight for me. So tell us a little bit. First of all, let me start by saying this. It is November. We are fast approaching Advent season. The 25 days of the Christmas story, if you're watching on YouTube, is sitting right here between us. If you and your kids have not gone through the 25 days of the Christmas story yet, we highly recommend you do. We have people who are buying it for their neighborhoods. Go buy it for your neighborhood. Use it as a Christmas gift. Get out there, and we would love for you to share it. We would love for you to go through it. It is an Advent family experience. The experiences in there, the activities are really a lot of fun, and each day walks you through a particular character or even an icon, if you will. I know in religious circles there are icons. When I say a character, it could be, from Mary to Zechariah to Anna to the shepherds. And then we also have gold, frankincense, myrrh. What is the meaning behind each of them? And it teaches our kids the meaning behind each of them. Everyone who was involved in the Christmas story leading up to the birth of Jesus is in there, and there's an activity around it, so it's experiential, so that your children you can also experience the coming of Jesus in the new year. As we lead up to the new year, you experience his coming. That's what this is all about. It's what life is all about. It's about building his kingdom. And so it's really cool to be able to experience this with your family. So we highly encourage you to get it. In this episode today, we'll walk through a couple other ideas for you guys as we lead up into the Christmas season. We are really launching number.
Can I add something?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I think it'd be really fun. Like, we're hearing a lot, like churches buying it for like all their kids ministry, like for each family, and then people buying it for their neighborhoods. Like to do it as a group is so really fun. Like when we originally wrote it, that first year, we went through it with, people who listen to the podcast or follow it online, and like each day, and people would post pictures of like, cause you're all doing the same activities and you're obviously reading the same stories. And it was just a really sweet community thing. And that's just what I've heard this year is like, they're doing this in community. So just an idea.
Yeah, I love it. I think community more than anything else is the most healing agent on the planet. Wow. When you're doing something with other people, it is just a healing salve that just so many other things in life are, I think, put in perspective when we get to do life with community. So highly recommend you do that.
Is that your gateway to shift this conversation? Because that was good.
Well, there you go. I didn't intend to do that, but I can do that right now. I can do that. The thing for me is what I want to do with this whole conversation is introduce you to what's coming up. We have a number of amazing interviews coming up over the next few weeks. People that we have on, really in many ways, this is going to be a number of different episodes that we introduce you to people that we love and trust and know, who are bringing things to your family specifically about Jesus and experiencing him. It's a leading up. And again, this really for us is like, man, and I don't even know that we fully intended it to be this way, but it is. Advent means coming. It's like how are you experiencing the coming of Jesus in your everyday life? Just to give you a hint, one of those people will be Lee Strobel, who we love and trust so dearly. He was an atheist. He was a journalist who wanted to find out. He took a journalist's viewpoint as an atheist. Is there a case for Christ? And he ended up writing the case for Christ. But he's got a specific book out for teenagers who are questioning, teenagers who are wondering. We'll be doing an interview with him as one of those. So it just gives you an idea of what's to come here in the next few weeks. And so we're really excited about all of that. Without further ado, I'll kick it off over here to you, Christi. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit.
Makes it sound like I've been gone for a really
long time. Do me a
baby.
Tell me what's a little bit going on in your world. Like tell everybody what's happened.
Let's see.
What is happening.
We just had the Tender and Fierce retreat.
Yes, you did.
Which was, I thought, your beautiful segue into community is the most healing agent in the world. With the power of Jesus. It was incredible. It was incredible. How much can we talk about it? How much time do we have?
Right.
It was literally
beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. 40-some women from all over the country came in. Many of you who are listening right now, I'm sure, at some level, faithful podcast listeners, and just beautiful, beautiful people. And just God did a mighty work.
He really did. I didn't know because we doubled the size from the year before, a little bit over double. And we're like, okay, we'll cap it at that at 40. And that felt good, but also like, we're getting up there. You know, it kind of moves from retreat to more like, you don't want it to feel too big. And what was so cool is just, I don't think people were lost. We had group leaders. Everyone was in small groups, and it was just powerful, and it was different, and it was a good different, and like it was just trusting the Lord. He was going to show up, because if he doesn't, there's nothing we can do. It's not on us, it's on him. And he did. And I'm just getting emails and testimonies of literally, people were healed, filled, delivered, like set free. It was just beautiful. Like, I'm like trying to I almost don't want to share too much. It's like their testimonies, but like, it's so, and you also want to be careful too. Everyone has a very unique experience, right? So they're coming in high with expectation, and they should. But the way the Lord moved was just, it's different every time. And this time, midway through one day, I kept seeing baptisms, but like, we've not done that before. And also where we were doing it, I'm like, there's no way to fill the tank, empty the tank, water. Girls have to have changes of clothes, towels. Like, it was like all the logistics. And the Lord woke me up at 3 a.m. and didn't let me sleep. And all I was seeing was a cattle trough, water and towels. But I still resisted it. And then we got there midday, and I finally was I called Josh. I was like, can you bring a cattle trough? And he was like, sure, why? And I said, I think we're supposed to open up the water for baptism. And Josh says, do you think anyone's going to want to? And I was like, I don't know. And
it turned out a lot of women did.
Yeah, 33.
Incredible.
I was 33. I got in there at the end. And it was really powerful.
It's really cool.
It was really cool. It just felt like a fresh rebirth for a whole lot of us. So it was pretty cool.
So Tender and Fierce is getting ready to launch again.
You know what? That's actually a great term. It's almost like a rebirth for Tender and Fierce.
Rebirth. Yeah, it is a rebirth because we're doing it in a brand new way.
Yeah. Wow. That like really makes me cry. So here's why.
We get a lot of you saying, by the way, let me just preface this with, we're getting a lot of interest for Tender and Fierce, and it is coming. Hey, we'd like to buy this as a Christmas present, for my daughter or my sister or that sort of thing. And we'd really like to do this in the new year. And so we wanted to make sure that it was available, but there's a new way that it's going to be available from how we've launched it in the past. And I'll let you share that.
Yeah. So I guess we've done this like a year and a half now. Maybe it's been longer than that. I don't know. We have enough data from a few hundred women going through it that it's just been like really edifying. And yet, like when you see it through the lens of the nervous system, it takes time. And I would say we experience suffering very quickly. It happens too fast, too soon, too young. And the way we heal is we slow it way down. We give time where there wasn't time. And so but yet we wanted to do this as a group and go through together and be able to do the lives. And so with enough feedback, we've realized that it's actually, I think, going to be even more beneficial to make it a self-paced course. So you can do it on your own time. I mean, some of the girls that were there this weekend were like, I took 6 months to go through it.
Wow.
And they like attended the lives, but like the actual course, which is recorded, all the modules, they went through it over 6 months, and it was like because it gave it time. Like she's like, I wanted to get everything from it, and I did, going through that way. And so what we're going to do, which allows people to, again, take it at their own pace, like work schedules, kid schedules, all that stuff. And what we'll do is 1 live a month for everyone who is in the course, part of the community. It's really become like an alumni community, which is really cool. So that you can gather and like we all get together like once a month, and we'll do a lot of the practical stuff together. And then we'll have like Q&A where it's like, I'm stuck on this, help me with this, I'm wrestling with this, and we can answer questions and be together as a community once a month. And what's beautiful is like, I think you can have access to that, like knowing that support's always there, like you're not left. And so we're really excited about it. So it feels like just like really the next little step in its
check it out in the show notes. We are launching it. It'll be in the show notes, and you'll be able to get a discount for Christmas. So we really encourage you to sign up. I don't know if there's a such thing as I know people do Black Friday deals. We'll probably have a Black, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like a black few weeks where you get a discount leading up to, so we'll send emails out on that. If you're not subscribed to our email list, go to famoushome.com. It'll be in the show notes. You can check that out. Get on the email list. That way you'll get the updates on the discounts, because we are going to discount it for the holidays. And then it will be opened in January. And so we are going to close it so that a whole group of people can go through it together. We open it at a certain time. And then we will also, on the website, you'll be able to see. So if you go to the website, you'll be able to see right now, whereas in the past there were cohort dates, there's not cohort dates anymore. It'll just simply be when we open and when we close, and dates up there for Christi's monthly calls for you to be able to jump on will also be in there. So when you get into the community, you will also, or when you get into the course, you'll have access to the community, and Christi will be posting in there and keeping you guys up to date within the community. The community is beautiful. You guys are going to want to just even be a part of that community. And so we'll have all those dates there. You'll be able to check it out. Look at it in the show notes. It's there. I say we will be able to. It's because right now I don't have the website updated, but by the time this episode releases, it will be updated such that you'll be able to see it. So go to it in the show notes. It is ready to rebirth. We have it available for you. So
I'm excited.
Pretty cool. Also coming up, I'm going to just resort back to the 25 days of the Christmas story because I don't want to overwhelm us on too many things. I think the thing that I just most want to hone in on for each of us in this season in the Famous at Home family is, and Christi, you've talked about it already. We talked about Advent, so the coming of Jesus, but then community and the whole idea of healthy faith community where Jesus is at the center of it and we are just doing life in a way that it's just healing. And the reason for that is so that we can be present. And I just genuinely, as Christi's talking about going through Tender and Fierce in a more self-paced way, it's this sense of, you need someone alongside you going, hey, pushing us a little bit, right? That's why the monthly calls are going to be there. Like we want to push you, but it's the whole idea of support and challenge, right? Like we have to balance support and challenge with our kids. We don't want to challenge them too hard that they crumble. We want to offer support, but we want to push them. It's like literally this morning, right here in this very room, I was working out with my son and he's been working out with me and we're like, I'm pushing and I'm loving and I'm pushing and I'm loving and I'm pushing and I'm loving and he's just grunting and like, I can't do this. And I'm like, yes, you can. And it's like, but that is why that's why Paul wrote in Romans, rejoice in suffering. With suffering comes perseverance, character, hope. And hope, by the way, is a certainty. Like, the hope in that word is certainty of things to come. We know of what's to come. And so with that said, my hope is for each of us as we lead our families, as we lead our kids this Christmas, that number one, as we pay attention to the coming of Jesus, that we're doing life in community such that we can truly be present at home. We can be present with our spouses. We can be present with our kids. And I hope that the 25 days of the Christmas story is an opportunity for you guys to each evening, each afternoon, whatever it is, pull out each day. And by the way, too, if you miss a day, it's okay. Like there's a lot of type A's that are like, oh, we missed a day. And then when we miss a day, we feel ashamed and then we just quit the whole thing.
So true.
Don't quit the whole thing. Like just go. And even if it's day 4, if it's December 4th and you're like, man, we missed, go back to December 2nd and do December 2nd. Like bounce around, enjoy it, make it your own, but just do it. Like the shepherds are one of my favorite ones of all. In here, it's day 14, the shepherds in a Christmas story. Because who does Jesus show up to? Like the Spirit of God. Jesus didn't because he wasn't born. But the Spirit of God, the angels by the Spirit of God show up to who? The shepherds. They show up to the shepherds and tell the shepherds of what's to come. And I love that because just there they are, like in just watching their flock by night, and all of a sudden they experience this. And there's a family activity in here. There's family time questions. What is something you adore so much you love telling others about it? A toy, a friend, a memory. And have you ever told someone about Jesus with that same excitement? I mean, you look at the shepherds said to one another, let's go straight to Bethlehem and see what has happened, which the Lord has made known to us. They hurried off and found the baby was lying in a manger. The shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God. Like, when we have hearts that absolutely are on fire for Jesus, for his presence, you can't help but respond with praise. You can't help but respond to want to go tell someone about it, to go tell someone about something and about him. And when you love something that much, you go tell them about it. And I hope that this is an opportunity for you guys to be able to help your kids even just see that. And you can use that one story. You can get as detailed as you want, or you can get as, depending on the age of your kids, it's like, hey, you can make it simple for a 3 or 4-year-old. Hey, tell me something that you really, really love. Well, you know what we love? We love Jesus, right? And so, let's go tell him. Let's go tell everyone about him. And so even the family activity, let me give you an example of this. The prophet Isaiah wrote, "How beautiful on the mountains are the feet of those who bring good news, who proclaim peace, who bring good tidings, who proclaim salvation, who say to Zion, your God reigns." Now imagine the feet of the shepherds that first Christmas running throughout the countryside proclaiming the good news of Jesus. Tonight, use your feet to bring the good news. Begin at home. Together, pray and ask God to increase your adoration for him. Then go for a family prayer walk around your neighborhood, praying for the people in each house. Use this activity as a springboard for talking to your kids more about how you can share the love of Jesus with those around you. It's one activity, just one for one day. Make it your own. Do what works for you. But there are prompts in there and just opportunities to just share the love of Christ at the Christmas season and to be truly present. And so that's what I get excited about. And Christi with Tender and Fierce is allowing us to get more present in our nervous systems. And so,
well, hey, let me say this too, that what I hear that is like, some of these are like really practical ways that we can actually like train our children up in the Lord that a lot of us didn't know growing up. Like we weren't ever taught. So like to take your kids on a prayer walk around your neighborhood, like I didn't do that as a kid. Did you guys?
Nope,
I mean, who did that as a kid?
Nope.
But it's interesting, even like the women this weekend, one morning, it was like really heavy in the room. And I don't know if you can, if you can sense an atmosphere in our environment, and some of that is like a spiritual sensitivity, and some of it is, I think, a true spiritual gifting. But when a lot of us could feel like there was a real heavy oppression in the room, and it was actually pretty significant. And I actually had the women do that. I put on this song so loud, and I was like, we're about to war. You're going to march around this room, and you're going to pray and make, like we talked about, prophetic acts, like where you actually like clear the space. Like we're using our arms to actually like move stuff out, command stuff to go. And I hated how it felt that morning. And the number of women who said, I can't tell you how important that was, because if you guys had just done that to the room and cleared it out on your own, we never would have learned. And it was like, you get to go do this in your homes now. So like good. you go back to your home and you clear that space out. You take authority. Like you literally proclaim the blood of Jesus over your home and your family, and you evict everything that has no right or authority to be there, but it's tried and it's encroached, which is what it was doing that one morning. And even, I was just reading another email from another woman who was like, I went home and I started to feel this, like, it was like such a high, right? And then you feel like the old stuff come back in. And it was like, I remembered I can do this here too. And so she just started like warring around her home. I have chills saying it. Like, it's just, this literally is how we train up our children. And I think especially for the things to come, like this is not going to get easier to be believers on this earth. And we need to have very practical tools where it's not just the story of Christmas or the story of the birth of Jesus. It's the knowledge of the reality of what that did, what that changed. And then how do we live it out? Like, how do we actually live our family life in such a way that we believe what these words say? Yeah. Like when we say like those that bring good news, like, do we actually believe how good the news is? Yeah. And when I watched women get set free of like going from literally experiencing panic attacks in the room to flying home and having no more fear of flying, of travel, of being alone, of like none. Yeah. That's the good news that Jesus brings. And we need to instill that in our kids. It's not a story. It's true. And I think that's why we wanted this to be an experience, because you do not change based on information, knowledge. And that's why we didn't do a lot of teaching at the retreat, because that's just knowledge. Knowledge gives us a scaffolding so we feel safe enough to engage. That is important. We should obviously know and study the Word of God because it's living and active, which means it's an experience, because we transform through encounter and experience. And that's why this book is an Advent experience, because just the knowledge of the story doesn't change you, but the lived out experience of it does.
And, the thing that's fascinating about this is I want you to all pay attention, because this is as Christi said, like we're in an hour that I think as families, we have to prioritize the urgency to lead our families well.
That's right.
Because the rest of the world isn't going to show you how to do this. We have to pave the way. And even last night, I've known, our son is 13, and he just recently turned 13, and I know that it's like, I know that I need to be, and I have been, but not like each morning where it's like, hey, I'm discipling him and waking up and I'm doing things. And I know that I feel like I need to be doing that. I knew that I needed to be doing that. And so last night he comes in and he's like, Dad, I just haven't been spending time with the Lord the way that I want to. And as a 13-year-old boy, he's like, he's wrestling with the Bible's boring, right? It's like, I don't know exactly where to start. I don't know exactly how to do this, but he's like, I also want to hear from God. I don't just want to read my Bible and get left brain head knowledge. I really want to hear from God. And of course he brings me all these things right at bedtime. And I'm like, dude, every time. Like, let's not talk about this now. Let's talk about this in the morning. But today, like the next morning, I was like, okay, let's work out. So that's what we've been doing. So we work out. And then I said, after workout, as we're stretching, we're going to pray together. We're going to talk about this. And we're putting a plan together for what this is going to look like for you and me. And so we worked out, we're stretching, and we were laying here on the floor, just doing some stretches and stuff. And I said, I want you to pray this prayer with me. Lord, silence the enemy, quiet my thoughts, give me the mind of Christ, and show me what you want me to know right now. And we sat here for probably, I let it sit for probably 45, 60 seconds. And I said, what did he show you? And he's like, I said, what came to your brain? And he told me, and it was beautiful. It was, I'm not going to share it for sacred sake, to keep things sacred, but it was absolutely, he's like, but Dad, I don't know if this is, and I was like, you don't know? Like, this is how to hear from the Lord. Like, does it align with Scripture? Yeah, Dad, it does. Okay. Wow. And then I told him what the Lord showed me, which was bless your family before you leave. Christi and I are getting ready to leave for a trip. Like, bless your bless each kid. Make sure each child feels seen and blessed before you leave. So I told him that, and he just kind of smiled, because he was like, Dad, you're with me right now. And then we prayed a prayer that John Eldredge, one of John Eldredge's morning prayers that we get out of, it's in his book, Experience Jesus Really. You can go back and listen to the episode with John Eldredge a number of months ago now, but a fantastic episode. It was on the series called The People Who Shape Us. And we turned on some music here this morning. We got on our knees and we warred for our family. And I brought him into what it looked like that I do each morning to war for our family. And I brought him in on that. And he's asking questions and he's doing that. I was convicted that I hadn't done this before, in some ways. We get into our day, we get started, we do all the things. And it's so often where it's like, let's be honest, like, you don't have time, got to get into work, he's got to get into school, we got to do our things. But I don't have enough time to be an excuse for not pouring into our children, because we have to train our children in these ways, and we can't be complacent. And I don't want to be complacent. I want to live at a next level. Paul writes in 2 Corinthians chapter 3 of what it looks like to move from glory to glory. And it's not because of any skill that you have. We all have access to it. All of us. Hebrews talks about the throne room being open. We can enter into the Holy of Holies to pray. It is open to all of us. And so I really encourage you in that as you lead your families this Advent season. Let's not get caught up. And I think we're in a season where we're not. Let's keep pushing where we're not caught up in the rat race that is just simply buying presents and making it about consumerism. Let's not consume. Let's use it as an opportunity to create in our homes, but allow creation of beautiful things, new traditions, new activities, a new way of you being present in your home. Allow this Christmas season to be an opportunity to be that creation, so that you're creating things for your kids that will live beyond them. That's what Christmas to me is all about. That's what I think this is all about. And so we have a number of episodes coming up that will help you and your family, give you tools to grow deeper into experiencing the presence and the beauty and the truth of who God is.
So good.
And the crazy part is we didn't even really necessarily plan this. It just kind of all came together.
Yeah.
Well, I think the Spirit of God is just the way it works.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Here we are.
25 Days of the Christmas Story. It is out. You can go at Amazon, Lifeway.com, anywhere that you can buy books and get that. You can buy it at bulk as well. We'll put the bulk. If you or your church, if your church or you have a group of people who want it, you can buy it at a bulk price. We'll put that in the show notes as well. And Tender and Fierce, check that out. Check out the episodes coming up in the next few weeks. We love you all.
We love you.
Till next week, keep in mind that the greatest red carpet you will walk is through your front door.